Welcome back. The City of Joburg says it's now able to resume almost proper waste removal services after workers who'd been employed on contract blocked the entrances to the rubbish depots as part of a process demanding they be employed permanently. The workers, as I understand it, were employed by a service provider on a contractual basis. Their contracts are due to expire in the next few days. As a result of their protest or blockade, rubbish trucks could not get into and out of the depots. Meshack Ntshauba is the General Secretary of the Democratic Municipal and Allied Workers Union of South Africa, representing some of these workers. Meshack, good afternoon to you and thank you for your time. These people were contracted on a short-term basis. Why were they now protesting?
Greetings, Stephen and your viewers. Why are the workers now protesting when they were hired on a temporary basis? The reason is simple, Stephen. The reason is that these workers, most of them have been in the system for quite some time. We have got workers in this instance where they were hired somewhere around 2010, some as early as 2008, who are still on temporary basis at this time as we speak.
So you're saying that basically people have been working, doing the same job, often I suppose in the same place for a long time and have never been permanently employed?
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. Although they are being renewed, their contract have been renewed for many times, which is a serious problem because they will never have their bonuses, they will never have their pension fund, they will never have any decent salary until their death.
Had there been, was there an expectation that they would get a permanent job? Had anyone said to them that when this contract ends, they would get a permanent job?
Yes, the renewal of contract results in expectation to say one day I will be able to be appointed permanently. So they have been expecting that the city and Pick It Up will be able to absorb them and give them a decent work.
Okay, but had anyone told them that that would happen?
No, it's not that somebody has to tell them. By virtue of being renewed now and then, and they have seen in 2018 when others were absorbed, so they also expect the very same process to take place.
Okay, I know there's a phrase, I think it's a legitimate expectation, but why? I understand why they're demanding the job. They need the income, they're desperate for the income, and I think everyone can have sympathy with that. But if no one had told them they would get the job, maybe they were wrong just to expect it, as difficult as that is.
I don't know, Stephen, if you were maybe in their position. As we speak, there were 300 newly appointed people who are not in the system, and you are in the system. Somebody comes and overtake you because that person has connection, is known within the company, maybe has a relative, a father or a brother. How will you feel if that happens, maybe to you? Obviously, this is the very same feeling these workers are feeling, to say that we cannot be overtaken by new people who have never been in the system, who have never been able to sweep on the street, whereas they have been there and they are being overlooked because these are now permanent positions.
Okay, that's an important point. There are other issues, and I realize that people are desperate for money. I don't know if they have a right to block what is really a public space. They were preventing an essential service. They were, I suppose the word would be they were blockading the depot. Do they really have a right to do that? It stopped rubbish being collected in most of Joburg.
Yeah. You see, there is no any protest action that will be achievable or that will produce the desired results if there is no action that is taken. So any protest, it has to be followed by action. Therefore, they were duty bound to act the way they have done, since it was a peaceful protest that they have staged. They have just sit in those depots. They were not violating anything. They never vandalized any property of the Pick It Up, and there was nothing for example, yesterday, last time we had 5 people who were arrested at Selby. Yesterday, they arrested some at Marlborough. They were released today, and they were released. Their charges were withdrawn because they have done nothing wrong.
Okay, well, I don't know about that. I mean, I realize that the police make mistakes, and I realize that injustice happens often. But is blocking a depot and stopping everybody else from having rubbish collected, which is a serious thing, is that really doing nothing wrong, Meshack?
No, Stephen, I don't know. Maybe you can assist in advising what kind of action should have been taken under the circumstance where the employer is refusing to meet with them. The employer, obviously, for the trade union, we cannot even entertain it. But we are saying, why are they not willing to meet with the workers to hear their grievances?
Okay. What's the situation now? Is the strike over? Have they stopped the blockade?
No, it was not a strike action as it has been reported. This has been a protest action without a certificate of strike. It has been a demonstration to the employer and to the city that we are not happy the way you are handling things. We are not happy with your nepotism. We are not happy with your favoritism, where you are only giving decent work to your close relatives, where you are giving decent work to your friends.
Okay, you keep saying it was just a protest, but a protest wouldn't stop everyone else at Pick It Up doing their work. That wouldn't stop rubbish collection. So why did Pick It Up have to stop rubbish collection? And Pick It Up says they had to stop rubbish collection because the depots were blocked.
No, they are right. They have to stop so that they can listen. So they are not willing to listen. How do you can't go and hold them with their washing. You have to do something that will be within your right, where you are not violating anybody's right. Now there was no violation of somebody's right whom they can say the strike was or the protest was violent. This person was beaten or they were found doing something dangerous to pick it up property. There is no such thing. So that is part of what we have learned from the late Mahatma Gandhi.
Meshack,
passive resistance.
Meshack Ntshauba, thank you very much indeed. Very difficult situation for the people that he represents. He's General Secretary of the Democratic Municipal and Allied Workers Union of South Africa, Demawusa.